Hello everyone, welcome to class 6 NCERT chapter 2, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. First we will go through what all the contents we need to study in that particular chapter. There you go. Chapter 2, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. So in this chapter, majorly these are the things we have to study, that is globe, axis, equator and latitudes, that is different types of latitudes and temperate zones, and what are these longitudes, and prime meridian, what is meant by prime meridian, and Greenwich Mean Time is there, and Indian Standard Time is there. We will look one by one. Later exercises are there. Okay, now these same things I have written over here. So now let's look one by one. Before going through the topics, I want to tell the things in brief. As you can see, I am holding a globe. So what is a globe? A globe is a three-dimensional scale model of the earth or other round body. It's called as this one horizontally, that called as a latitude, and long lines are called as longitudes. As you can see, I am showing you the long lines. Those are called as longitudes. And the horizontal lines are called as latitudes. Those are also called as parallels of latitudes. Now, what is the need of these reference points? So why we need these reference points? These reference points are very much important in locating the places on the globe. Now observe carefully, the half portion of the globe is lit and half portion is not lit, because half portion is receiving enough torch and half portion is not exposed. Likewise, earth, half portion of the earth will get sunlight and half portion not. Now we will see one by one in depth, so that we'll get a good understanding. So first one is globe. So what is a globe? We have already discussed. It's a 3D model of the earth. So why we need globe? Because to locate countries, continents and other geographical features too. In simple terms, think of a globe as a tiny round earth you can hold, showing everything as it truly is, making it great for learning geography accurately. The word globe comes from Latin globus, meaning round mass. The earth's true shape is called as geoid, means it's like earth-like shape, because the earth has bulged shape towards the poles. That's why it's called as a geoid. Now what we can find on the globe is ocean, continents, countries, major cities, landforms, etc. We can find everything on the globe. With the help of globe, we can also make different time zones. It helps understand how time differs across the world. Other than this, we can also find relative positions, distances, and directions between places. Next is axis. The Earth's axis is an imaginary line running through the north and south poles, around which the planet rotates, causing day and night. This axis is tilted at about 23.5 degrees relative to its orbit, a tilt that causes the seasons by changing how sunlight hits different parts of the Earth throughout the year. This tilt is stable but varies slightly over long cycles, and the axis itself experiences a slow wobble. Once you get to know about the axis, next is North Pole and South Pole. North Pole is the Arctic Ocean and the South Pole is on the continent of Antarctica, making the South Pole significantly colder and higher in elevation, while the equator is an imaginary line at 0 degree latitude which divides Earth into two main hemispheres, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Next comes parallels of latitudes. Parallels of latitudes are imaginary horizontal circles that run east to west around the Earth, parallel to the equator to measure distance north or south. ranging from 0 to 90 degree at the poles. They never meet, get shorter as they go toward the poles, and are crucial for defining climate zones and locations. Key parallels include the equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, and Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. Some important parallels of latitudes are the equator at 0 degree, dividing Earth into hemispheres, the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north and Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees south, making the farthest point of a direct overhead sun. Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north and Antarctica Circle 66.5 degrees south. North Pole 90 degree north, South Pole 90 degrees south. Were some major parallels of latitudes. Now next we will see what are heat zones of the Earth. Earth has 3 heat zones: torrid, temperate and frigid. They are defined by the latitude and the angle of sunlight they get. Torrid zone is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. It is generally considered as the hottest zone because sun is almost directly overhead. And next is temperate zones. It is located between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. It is generally considered as moderate because here sun rays are slanted. Frigid zones are in between Arctic Circle and North Pole. These are considered as extremely cold and icy because this region gets very weak sunlight. Longitudes are imaginary vertical lines running from North Pole to South Pole. These are measured in degrees, and the standard longitude is called as prime meridian. Longitude and time relate how Earth's rotation causes time differences. Earth rotates 360 degrees in 24 hours, so places east of the prime meridian are ahead in time while west are behind. Using Greenwich Mean Time, that is GMT, as a base, with India using IST, that is 82.5 degree east, which is 5.5 hours ahead of GMT. So why to have a standard time zone? A time zone is a region if the planet that observes a uniform standard of time for commercial, social and legal purposes. So GMT and IST are two such time zones. Now we will see about IST. IST is nothing but Indian Standard Time Zone. India has only one standard time, that is Indian Standard Time, and it passes through 5 states, that is Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. IST is ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. As I said, it is 5.30 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. So in this chapter we have learned what is globe and important parallels of latitude and longitudes and Greenwich Mean Time and Indian Standard Time, everything. So I hope it helps and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching it.